How's it going, Lone Riders? I'm Andrew, head of product at Lone Rider Motorcycle. We develop here products for the adventure market, and in these videos we talk to you about how we build them and also get feedback from you. So if you like that kind of stuff, hit that subscribe down there, also that bell icon, and while you're down there, hit the like button and let's get into it. Okay, this week I want to talk about light and light fixing. If you don't know, we are also developing some light stuff, pretty awesome, really coming along nicely. They are still under wraps yet. Actually, I have them here. And so that's the 3D printed model that I'm putting onto the bikes just to make sure we've got the size right and all that kind of stuff. But that's still under wraps now. But what I would like to know from you is, how do we attach them to the bike? Have you attached them other products to your bike? And also, what annoyed you about that, or what did you want more? Was the connection point wrong? Was it didn't fit the bar size? Did you not get it exactly where you wanted it? Did it scratch your bike? Anything. I want to know everything about how you put your lights on your bike. So if you have experience, if you have AUX lights on your motorcycle, then let me know in the comments down below what peeved you about the products that you use currently, and what we could do better, because we will just take those comments, we'll look into them individually and try and build them into the product. So let's just jump into the computer and have a look at what we got. To start, we've got to figure out where to put these lights. So if you look at these are two different bikes. We've got always got a triangle. Basically, it's always good to have a triangle. So you have the center light, which is the top, and then you have a AUX lights down below, lower than that, and these are generally backup lights. So you're always having the day running light, hopefully running, and then you've got these AUX for nighttime riding or just visibility during the day. So that's the position on, this is Alex's old bike, Schlapnir, and that was these are positioned in front of the radiators, and he's got one that looks like it's connected to the upper crash bars as well. The Africa Twin here, we've got two smaller spotlights, and then we've got the full beam light coming through as well. So that's the position of these two bikes. So we have the high position, which is just above the beak and just below the day running light, and then you have the hidden away narrow ones, so they're not just like pointing out, they're not visible as much, they're hidden behind there, but when you turn them on you'll see them. And then you've got the original position, which essentially a lot of adventure bikes, they offer AUX lights as well. So what we'd do is just basically swap those out, use the same fixing points. Is this an option that you want? Or otherwise, is there another place on the bike that you think that is ideal? For example, here, so a lot of people put them on the forks. And the reason why they do that, even though it gets a lot of vibration, I wouldn't recommend it for electronics to have that much vibration. But they do that so when they turn, the lights turn with it. So it makes sense. So from that aspect, it'd be good to include that, but I'd prefer to go a step further and put a dyno or something like this, and then track the bike leaning and the curve of the angle of the handlebars and stuff like this to get those lights off that vibration point. So if you're going off road all day with electronics and you're vibrating everything, it's just going to eventually, it's going to reduce the lifespan of that product a lot. So we were thinking also, we're going to make some custom attachments for specific bikes. In the last slide I asked where you want it, so if you tell me where you want it, we can make that. I've got a bit of experience with this, but there are a lot out there, and from what I understand and what I've been reading on forums lately and doing my research on this, people are either completely happy with a certain brand or a certain type, or annoyed with it. It doesn't work, it gets in the way, it doesn't clamp hard enough, it moves. It's not strong enough. So if you do know one that you really like, let me know in the comments and why, and then I'll have a look into it. But essentially we can use the crash bar of the front of the bike to position these lights anywhere. They will be the flagship model, so they will be a bit bigger. They're actually here, that's it there, but not too big, but they will be the bigger one. For the first variant, we should make actually smaller ones too for the smaller bikes. So they can fit basically anywhere though. So the only thing I'd say is we wouldn't want them on the outside, because if you drop your bike, they're going to crash and break your lights as well. So you want them behind that protection. But essentially, where do you put your lights? Which attachment points do you use, and which ones should we really look at and think about when we're actually designing it? So if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. If you look here, you've got many options. First is you've got none, just no headlight. You've just got one headlight. The second option, which I went around Africa on, was just like the headlight and 2 aux lights. Bad move. I should have had aux lights. You needed it. It's really dark down there after 6, 7. It gets really pitch black as well, and there's no lights on the roads. Well, there are, but not in many countries. So you need aux lights. It's really important. You can have them up high, quite high, if that's necessary for you, or you can have them like underneath, hidden away as well. 3.1, you can double them up. You can have 2 sets of aux lights, or you could just go crazy and put 6 lights on there as well. There's many options, and I want to know what you want and how we should configure it. Because if you do that, if you can tell me that, I can kind of like work around it and figure out, or I can supply this parts, for example. Like if quite a few people want a specific connection point, then I can just like add that to the box. If 30% want another part, then I can also add that to the box. If there's enough demand for it, then we can add that as a default. So what I like doing is when someone gets the box or gets the product, they don't need to go, they can just fit it. So all the parts are there, all the tools are there, all the grease and the Loctite, everything is there. So it's a premium package. So if I can offer a few connection points options and you only use one, then that's fine. But we just got to figure out which ones to put in the box. Let me know down in the comments down below where you like your lights and why, and also which attachment points you think are the best. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed that video. Subscribe, like, and comment if you enjoyed that. That's it for me. Until next time, take it easy, ride safe.